Alright, well I keep messing this up, but here we go. I've written a poem, I'm reading it for the intro. The sound of rain is my armor. I hope it shields me from karma. I'm the cause of my own frown. What comes around goes around. Your easy smile is so relaxing. Reflecting it is more taxing. It doesn't mean it means any less. I hope there's some way you know that. I feel the questions compounding, with revelations astounding. The only answer I have found is what comes around goes around. Roll the intro.
Look right into me, no doubt that I'll never be without my damn brain. Closed mouth, I'm clever and I know my damn shame. No cloud to the better, no one know my damn name. No bow, that shit what I guess we about to cascade.
Yeah, I hope you like that. Basically, I've just recently I was just like, I'm gonna write a poem, so I wrote a poem. That's about as much thinking went into that, but yeah, I don't know. As I'm sure you can tell in the last couple of videos, I've just been fluctuating up and down in terms of mood and how I've been doing. So yeah, I thought I needed an outlet, and normally I quite like writing as a hobby, like writing short films or short scripts, but recently when I've been writing for that, it's been for like film work at uni, so it's kind of I don't know, it didn't feel as much of an escape. So like poetry felt like so removed from that, and it still felt like a way that I could maybe express myself. And believe me, that wasn't the first thing that I wrote. I wrote a bunch of stuff that wasn't even nearly as good as that, and that wasn't that great. But I don't know. My reading of it wasn't exactly good either, because I kept fucking up reading it out, so it took me like 4 tries to do this. But sometimes you have to suffer for the art. um, that sounds like a Ponzi thing to say, but yeah. I hope I'm finding you a good time. And this is yeah, this is what's going on. I mean, I'm writing poetry. I'm trying to stay up on top of my exercise, doing push-ups in my room and playing music from Raging Bull, like like I'm Robert De Niro, some championship boxer, when in reality I'm just me. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, I've used that phrase too much this year, but whatever it takes to get me through, I'll use it. I mean, that's the thing, is, as I'm sure you can tell by me adding like quotes to the start of stuff. I get a lot of push out of little phrases and little nuggets of wisdom, or whatever you might call it. I'm hoping you don't hear the rattling of the window behind me, but sometimes you just have what you have in it. But yeah, I've been trying to stay more grateful. Obviously, the channel's called More or Less Grateful. I'm trying to be appreciative of the things that I do have in my life and available to me. Um, yeah, I mean, I write stuff on my gratitude list as much as I can, or gratitude journal, should I say? And yeah, um, I didn't really have like a super focused topic to talk about. I could tell you about a dream I had recently. I put it on a group chat I was in, but like I had a dream where I was on a group project with like an assortment of people at uni who I don't speak with, and like for some reason like we had to collaborate with like one of our oldest lecturers, and it was just like it was so strange, but it felt real. Obviously, like all dreams do. So like when I woke up, I had to check my Microsoft Teams to make sure like I hadn't been put into any new group or something. Kind of tripped me out. But yeah, weird dreams are weird. Weird's a dream. It's kind of weird because I feel like some people talk about how dreams might like reflect some like subconscious or some part of you that is screaming out to be listened to, and it's like my dreams make no sense. Like, there's a meme about like Steve Harvey driving in a golf buggy like on Rainbow Road, and that is a pretty much an ideal representation of my dreams. And that's what it feels like. What else have I been doing? I haven't been doing much, so I'll talk about what I've been thinking about, which is pretty much what most of this thing is. I've been thinking a lot about karma. Obviously, the poem's called "What Goes Around Comes Around." Well, it's not called that, but apparently it is now. Yeah, it's just I often, as I was speaking about yesterday in my video about internal and external locuses, I often feel like when I feel bad, it's because I've done something bad, or when I feel good, it's because I've done something good, or I've done the collection of good or the collection of bad, and so yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like I have this sense in me like the world has poetic justice, when in reality the world is just the world. I feel like we see it with poetic like meaning, but it doesn't have the meaning itself. We kind of take that from it, you know. I was listening to this like philosophy lecture about, maybe it was psychology, but it was about how we we didn't like learn about the world objectively first. Like we described like nature or things about nature through like characterizations of like gods and spirits and beings and stuff. You know, I think we understood things subjectively before we could like get advanced enough to do agriculture and then build like institutions of science and look at the world through the objective lens. So yeah, I've been thinking a lot about how like my interpretation of like a term or a concept such as karma is subject to my life. You know, I feel like it doesn't have the same meaning as other people's definition because they haven't experienced karma in the same way I have, and nor I have them. You know, so yeah, I mean, for me, it's not exactly like a you do something good that means like you help an old lady cross the street, that means you find 20 pound on your way home. It's more like if you that's the thing is, for me it's not specifically about the metaphysical return. It's more like if you act in a way that is good, good will return to you, and if you act in a way that is bad, bad will return to you. You know, it's more like it's close to like the law of attraction, if you're familiar with that. But yeah, it's windy, it's cold. I'm glad it's finally starting to get lighter again. Hopefully, when we're through February, we can get a bit nicer weather, and yeah, there you go. The arrival fallacy sneaks up on me a lot, you know. Like recently, I was just thinking about, oh, I can't wait till the summer, everything will be fine, and realistically, you know, the problems that I have now, a lot of them will still exist then, and maybe some of them are worse, maybe some of them are better, but I'll still have problems. I'll still have, you know, fluctuations, just like I'm fluctuating now. You know, I have this foolish part of my mind every time that I feel good that thinks like, this is how it's gonna be. Like, it's like Icarus flying close to the sun, you know, when in reality, life is about ups and downs. Everything's about, you know, troughs and valleys and whatever, you know. And you can say all those things about like if it never rains, you never appreciate the sun, and it's true, but it doesn't feel as true as like experiencing the ups and the downs, being there. And maybe it's because I'm like short-sighted time-wise. So quite often I'm just thinking 1, 2, 3 hours ahead of me, let alone a day, let alone 2 days. You know. I don't know. I think getting through a lot of the first lockdown was me. I didn't want to focus on like what was ahead of me because it was just nothing. So I focused on the moment, just get through each moment, figure out something to do, try and do something to make sure you're not wasting this time. And yeah, like my life's just an attempt to do that pretty much. I saw this really good quote today about how you don't have to change all of your life in one day. You don't have to, you know, fix everything immediately or instantly. You know, all you have to do is add an additional one good thing as regularly as you can. You know, and life isn't about fixing all your problems. It's just about collecting enough good things. You know, hopefully some of those address the bad things, so that you have a good life. You know, so it's like, if it's just one person you meet that you think, oh, they're a good person, I'd like to stay in touch with them, or if it's one small skill that you're trying to develop, or if it's one kind of weakness of yours that you're working on, you know, if it's something, it's something, you know. Small steps are better than no steps. That's what I like to tell myself. I didn't make that up. I copied it from the song "Question Time" by Dave. It's a good song. Yeah, for some reason I've been watching a lot of reaction videos of Americans listening to UK rap or like drill. It's just amusing to me when they're like, "Oh, okay," and like they realize that I I can't do a good American accent, but they realize that a lot of the problems we have over here are similar over there in certain senses. But I'm not very well educated on speaking on those kind of things. That's why I'm not in that industry. But it's like a little pleasure of mine to just mindlessly watch a reaction video of a song I like. Yeah, I mean, that's about as wild and elusive as it gets from, writing poetry, listening to sad music, to watching like a funny reaction video on YouTube. I mean, yeah, that's what's going on. I mean, given that I'm nearly at 10 minutes and I'm trying to bait the YouTube algorithm into flinging me upwards, this is where I'm going to end it. But I hope you like this. Obviously, I appreciate for the continued support, and yeah, have an amazing whatever.